You may find yourself often thinking that you're essentially dying, right? You're noticing the body has symptoms. It's talking to you a little bit. It chatters, and it's so easy to overreact and assume we've got cancer or debilitating disease, or we are on our way to our deathbed in an overreaction, so to speak. And I'm just here to remind you that even if you are, encountering or facing an extreme health challenge like a cancer or some version of that, the answer of what you want to manage as it pertains to your emotions, your thoughts, and your nervous system is the same in the case of we don't have it, but the mind has gotten away from us. Like if you recently Googled something going on, like a symptom that you have, you probably got information back that you're going to die soon, right? Because that you shouldn't Google symptoms, right? We've all learned that lesson that if we have like a common cold and we, Google our symptoms, it's like Google tells us we're probably got cancer and going to die. And then we get ourselves worked up. And so remember, there's a lot of influence you can have on your body through your emotions, your thoughts, and your nervous system. And so, treat your thoughts as though they impact the body, because they do. Think about it this way. If you were to think of yourself as sick, and the body listened to you, bought into that idea of sickness, you could accidentally propagate sickness, or at least you're going to definitely convince yourself you feel that way and have a lot of the symptoms of being sick that at least would, show up emotionally and mentally. Because like I know for myself, when I'm thinking that my body's not well, I all of a sudden feel weak, and I think that all of a sudden it's a harder day, and I can get caught in all kinds of fear-based emotions simply in response or reaction to the way I'm relating to the body. And so even if we have an illness, even if we have a challenge in which we're facing, it's still beneficial to go, man, my body is strong, and I'm grateful for my body, and I trust that it's going to come through, and it's got my back, and be grateful for all the ways in which it does function. And when you're looking at the future for the body, assume the best. Assume the best outcome, assume the best result, assume that you're going to achieve health and vitality, and that you're going to overcome whatever is thrown at you, and that is going to be the norm. And that's how you can kind of do your part internally as it pertains to vibrant health and well-being, is to assume that your body is going to perform on your behalf, that it's going to be healthy, that it's going to be vibrant, that it's going to get stronger, and that you're going to be more capable as time passes. And then affirm your body in that way. Man, I'm strong and I'm resilient, and I'm so grateful for my body's ability and capacity, because that self-talk, if you will, and activating the emotions of gratitude and compassion and strength and resiliency and confidence and empowerment are the emotions that are actually going to trigger the chemical responses in the body and the hormonal reactions in the body that are going to support the optimizing of health and help to alleviate the stress response, which we are going to exacerbate if we get caught in negative self-talk, and we get anxious, and we get overwhelmed, and we get paranoid about the body. And then all of a sudden we are offering that contribution and increasing the stress and sort of strain on the body, as opposed to doing the role or playing the role that we could to alleviate it. And so obviously it's more, dynamic than, we can just think our way to health or think our way to illness, but we can definitely, own those spaces of training, aligning, rewiring our emotion, thought, strategy, and nervous system to achieve the vision of health and vitality that we aspire to, so that at least we're doing our part to support the body in its healing process and to know vitality. And then from there, take the practical actions in which we need to take to make sure we set ourselves up for success, regardless of what's going on with the body. And so remember, even when facing extreme illness or a difficulty or a challenge with the body, it's still going to be supportive to align yourself with the body in the most expansive way in support to overcoming that journey. And so most likely that's not happening, and we don't have something like that going on and that we're facing. And so that'll be great, and we're just supporting our optimal health and well-being. But if it ever occurs where we do have a challenge, well, now we've put in the reps, so we're more likely to be able to hold a great state or manage ourselves well as we maneuver a difficult challenge, because it's what we've been doing already. And so remember, your body listens to you. And imagine as though your cells and the molecular structure of your body is either reinforced by the emotions and the thoughts that you're having, or there's like a micro breakdown in those cells and in those molecules by way of the way you're interacting with the body. And so let's go ahead and do our best to focus on the body in a way we strengthen, we build it up, as opposed to break it down.